Awesome. What's up, guys? This is Stand Up Tech, another episode. Okay. Yeah, this is already going downhill. I can feel it. I don't know if you guys like it, but this is a whole new setup. I'll see how it goes this time, but let me know in the comments what you guys think. But hey, stand up is stand up, so I'm probably gonna embarrass myself the entire time, so feel free to embarrass me more. So today what I wanted to talk to you about was my MacBook Pro. This guy has had a lot of ups and downs in 2.5 years of having it. So I haven't had it that long, but definitely longer than most laptop users have it for without experiencing any issues that are fixed. A lot of the same issues just stay with the laptop, and no matter what I do, it's just coming right back. So what am I getting at? So I've had this computer for 2.5 years. I've already said that. But the reason why I wanted to talk about this is more or less because this is a maxed out Mac. This isn't the lower level. This isn't something without a solid state hard drive, but it's already experiencing hardware failures such as the hard drive not working or not responding. Kind of interesting for a computer that has no scratches, no damages, no dents, no inflammatory parts, nothing that is swollen, and yet it's starting to very quickly lag. Two words that don't go together very well. So my experiences with the MacBook Pro have been very, very mixed. So this will be a very fun video because it's going to be going back and forth between is it nice or is it not? It's both. Don't worry, it's both. I'm a big fan of Macs. What I like about them is I'm not going to get viruses and malware as easily like you would with a PC with no virus protection on it. Plus, with a Mac, as soon as I turn it on, it doesn't come with all the trialware that comes on different products. Of course, there are those applications that come pre-installed on the Mac, but it's nothing compared to a PC. That comes with all sorts of games that you really don't use and you don't need. It's horrible. But what's not horrible is having applications you can actually use. And what's nice about a Mac is that it comes with applications that you pretty much use with Microsoft Office. So you have an application that's like Word, but it's called Pages, and then you have Numbers, which is Apple's version of Excel. So you have all these applications that just come on your MacBook Pro. You don't have to spend more money in order to get it once you purchase your computer, unlike a PC where you have to add on those extras. But then there's a downside where on a PC, you pretty much build your own computer on the inside. You can customize it exactly how you want. While the Mac, it's very constructive. It's very limited to what you can actually do on it. So, and it's very, very hard to transfer your work from a Mac to another PC because a PC is not a Mac and a Mac's not a PC. So what applications do I use? What qualifies for this type of heavy review and all these mixed feelings about it? I use it for only Adobe products and for Maya software. For those who don't know what that is, Adobe, that also has Adobe Elements, that has Photoshop. Photoshop's a big word. A lot of people use that, especially when they're making fun of a photo where they're like, this photo's been photoshopped. I am not that skinny. That's one type of Adobe application. Another is Illustrator. You might have heard of that one. A lot of graphic designers use that application. I used it for one class and then it was done. That was it. That was the only time I ever used it. Never used it again. Probably will never use it again. Ever since I used Photoshop, I was like, what is the point of this app? Go away. Adobe is very expensive, but it's very worth it, especially if you are a heavy user or a graphic designer, or you're just trying to make memes. Yes, if you're a memes lover, you are probably an Adobe lover too. You can use Adobe Premiere, you can use After Effects. So far, I've only used After Effects. I've tried Premiere. Still trying to figure it out. It is a whole new learning curve. I'm used to using iMovie, and that's actually what I've edited all my videos on. And I've been using iMovie since pretty much my first computer, which was in, 2003? So, pretty long ago. I've been using a lot of different Mac applications, pretty much been using Mac my whole life. And now I actually have one of my own, have it for over 2 years, and yet I'm talking smack about it right now. I've spoken with the Apple Store. I've had lots and lots of chats with Apple associates about my computer. It's been a lot of fun. Before I talk a lot more about my Mac, about the negatives about it, I'm going to talk about some positives, because we all need some positive in our life. Wow, I fell down those stairs real fast. That's good. So what's positive about this computer compared to other computers that I've used for the past few years? So in the past 5 years, nothing beyond that or later than that. I've used really good computers, really bad computers, and then I've used this one. This one's been in between always. Whenever I find something really nice about the computer, it always finds another reason for me to hate it. And the limitations truly pulls you back, but then again, the simplicity pulls you in again, because it's like no computer gets my work done that fast. But speed is definitely not what I'm going to be talking about right now. I want to talk about really the display. The display is clear, it's crisp, and hi Duke.
Sorry.
It's alright. So for the past few weeks, the screen will actually flicker, and it'll just start shuddering, and I don't know why it's doing that, or why it's like, no, I don't want to work today. But it's only when I need my computer. It's never when I don't need it. So when I have free time, it's like my computer runs a lot better than it did, which is really funny. But when I have to like actually get some work done, it's like, why would I work? Why would I do that? Okay, so about this Mac. MacBook Pro Retina display, 13-inch, early 2015. Processor 3.1 gigahertz, Intel Core i7, 16 gigabytes of RAM. Macintosh is a start disk, of course. Graphics, Intel Iris graphics card, 6100, which is 1536 megabytes, and pretty crisp. But why isn't it doing what it was supposed to do? A lot of schools don't tell you specifics on should you have a PC or Mac, which is very frustrating, especially if you're like, I'm about to spend $800 and I should invest it in something I need. So let's go ahead and spend it on a computer that probably or may not work. It helps. It doesn't help, by the way. But I mean, that's what people do. Trial and error. They go through a really good computer, or they go through a really bad one. They find out what they actually need. And I guess I'm just figuring out what I actually need from a computer. But I now know that I should not go under 16 gigabytes of RAM, because that's just not enough to run Photoshop, which is what I use for my references to finish out images, and even my stand-up tech image that's on my Twitter feed. I actually made that entirely through Photoshop. All of it. So that's how badly I need Photoshop. But Maya is the second thing, and that's what I use for my animations. I've posted that on my YouTube channel as well. I have not used my Mac entirely for just my schoolwork, because I can't, because my computer won't let me. It's like, I am going to give out on you today. It's fantastic. What do I mean by that? So for the past month or two, it was the beginning of October. It was October 4th that it first started to happen. Without any doubts that it would start happening. Like, there was no doubt in my mind, there was no doubt on the computer's mind that it was going to crash. Constant crashing. Open application, use it for 2 minutes exactly, and it crashes. 2 minutes. I would put a timer on, and it'd be 2 minutes. I was way too frustrated to take a video of that, and I'm not one to rant in a unproductive way, so I wasn't about to do that. Now for the screen glitches, when I was talking with Apple support, now that was something I did a video of because I was actually working with them on the computer to try to see, trying to diagnose what the issue was. Now, just 2 weeks ago, all my applications disappeared and showed a weird icon. And then they wouldn't, for the most part, open and work. I restarted my computer, and then it got even worse. And then I was asked to really reset the computer. Now, I did this in 2 different instances. The first time, it made the display go really, really bad and start glitching, brought to the Apple Store. They did an OS reinstall. It actually failed twice. And on the 3rd attempt, it finally did the OS reinstall. Excellent. So that was good.
I ruined it. I'm sorry.
Ooh. And we're back. Okay, that was awkward. This is a very awkward setup. Yeah, it's a really awkward setup. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to get used to this. I have a desk lamp shining on me right now, and I have this little guy. I turned off the lights. I actually like this. It looks more like stand-up tech to me. I'm still trying to get used to this whole stand-up tech thing. I originally had my YouTube channels Tuckerificable. People would laugh every time they heard that. They were like, why would you ever name a YouTube channel Tuckerificable? You can't even spell it. I couldn't even spell it. Yeah, it's really awkward. It's like, my YouTube channel's super cool. Check it out. I can't spell it, so you can't check it out now. Yeah, and the Batman was like, Batman doesn't need to look at your YouTube channel. He doesn't need it at all.
Wow, Batman. I hate your YouTube channel too.
That was horrible impersonation. I'm sorry. I apologize. So where was I? With the with the MacBook Pro. That's where I was at. So the screen glitching. That completely took out of having a really nice display, of having it be looking professional, and relying it on making really nice videos and being able to know if something's wrong with my photos or my production. But now I can barely tell if there's anything wrong with it because there's always that glitch. Now, of course, whenever I go to show somebody, it disappears. And so far, I've gone a whole week without that happening. My computer has, like, every single time I open it after, like, leaving it alone for a good few hours, it'll, like, reboot itself. And I'm like, what just happened? I mean, like, the whole, like, Apple logo and with the bar on the bottom, having it load like that sort of stuff. That was very frustrating. Yeah, so the Mac's been a lot of fun. It's gotten the job done, just takes twice the amount of time it would have had to be put into the computer to do the processing than it would have just going ahead and doing it differently. So that was incredibly frustrating. And that's one of the reasons why I also wanted to make this video, but also for you guys. So having the Mac for 2.5 years, what does that actually mean? I actually had a scenario in my head. It was more like a bet with myself to not do this on purpose, but I assumed that this was going to happen. That right before I finished college, like my last month or so, I'll definitely have to replace my computer. And I feel like that's so far been the case. It's not good at all. I'm hoping I lose that bet with myself, even though I really don't win anything in the end. Because, I mean, it really is frustrating to get a whole new computer when it's the same computer you already have. So you're not even really upgrading, you're just erasing everything and putting everything back on. That's one of the most frustrating moments because you know this device, you've had it all the time, and to open it and know everything has changed, you're like, whoa, no. It sucks. It sucks a lot. So I really, really, really hate that. So please don't do that to me, Mac. Please don't do that to me. That pretty much does it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Well, that probably sucked.